Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. Release every day's video. It's Saturday, and on Saturdays I do Cellar Saturday, and I take something off these shelves and drink it. And a couple of people have commented, whether on the channel, DM, text, whatever, like, are you making a dent? Yeah, it's a dent. I am making a dent. I haven't been adding much to the cellar, but yes, I would say I'm making a tiny dent. I'm continuing kind of, not a trend or a theme overtly, but just maybe I should drink up some of these coffee beers because coffee can go sideways if you age it. So that's what I'm doing today. It's the Ballast Point High West Barrel Aged Victory at Sea. It's from 2018. I have, well, counting this one, I have three. Two from 2018 and one from 2017. I thought about doing the older one, but because I have two from the same year, I figured I would do this one. Imperial Porter with coffee and vanilla flavors, aged in High West bourbon and rye barrels. So it's interesting. They're saying coffee and vanilla flavors, not coffee and vanilla. The way they're wording it. So I assume it's real coffee. Maybe the vanilla's fake. Who knows? But yeah, let's get into it. It's not a stout, it's an Imperial Porter. Might get too much head if I do it that way. You know, it's interesting, I think, like, you know, what's the difference between a porter and a stout? For me, and this is not based on any one style guidelines or anything, I typically think porters are a little thinner. And when I was pouring this, there was a lot of brown in it, but once it's all in the glass, it's a black color. It's not motor oil, but it's definitely black. Probably have, finger and a half of a light mocha color. It's not light enough to be khaki, but it's not dark enough to just be mocha. But yeah, closer to mocha, but somewhere between khaki and mocha for me. And there's a little bit of brown mixed in with that black, but again, it's a black beer. Let's get into the aroma. I will say this, it's a nice looking pour. Like, it does look nice in the glass. I am getting coffee. So it's interesting. The first thing I smelled was vanilla. Like, I kind of put it to my face and I took it back to talk about how pretty it was in the glass. And in that moment, I got vanilla. When I went in for the proper smell, I got coffee. And then towards the end, I got that vanilla again. Then with the coffee, and it makes sense, I guess, with the vanilla too, but like with the coffee is where I started getting some chocolate notes. More sweet dark chocolate, like think of like Hershey's Special Dark. But then that vanilla makes me think milk chocolate, but it's like a sweet dark chocolate to me at this point. And yeah, I mean 3 years in the coffee, like, I know there's fake vanilla flavors, but like, are fake coffee flavors a thing? I don't even know. Yeah, nice. Hey, Bruno. Nice sweet beer for sure. The vanilla almost gives, I don't know, I think I've ever thought about this with this beer. The vanilla almost gives it this like coffee with creamer vibe, but turned into a big beer. I said this, I can't remember what the last one was Barrel Aged Bomb that I did last week. And that one was from 2016, so 5 years old. I think it was 2016. How is coffee holding up this well in these beers? I was just looking to see if there's an ABV listed. 12%. All right. So yeah, it's a big beer. Anyway, let's get to the glass. Cheers. The beer has held up. It is good. The aroma is better than the taste. Like, that aroma was, in my opinion, pretty special. I'm getting heat in the chest. I guess strong warmth, not quite heat. We're getting to heat. Yeah, you get the roastiness from the base, and then that coffee amps it up. I think I am specifically tasting the base plus the coffee. I don't think it's just the coffee making me think this. just like the aroma, there's a sweetness, so it has like that Hershey Special dark. Then there's moments where it's a little drier and you just get like a really nice dark chocolate note. And then the sweeter element, especially if that vanilla kisses it, then you get the milk chocolate. So you're getting chocolate in a few different ways is my point. I think the coffee is really helping this beer. It's a little thin, which again, that porter stout thing, but I'll be honest with you, if I was doing this beer blind, I would call it a stout. Like there's no question if I was doing this blind, I probably would point out it's a little thinner, but it doesn't have some of the like earthy qualities I also associate with a porter. Yeah, I really like that aroma. And you do get, you'll notice like if you caught it when I was doing the aroma, I didn't talk about barrel at all. In the taste, especially towards the finish, I get oak specific. Earlier than that, you do get some of that whiskey like sweetness mixing in with the chocolate. But it's not like you have like a chocolate covered, liquor cordial or whatever. It's not that intense, but it works kind of nicely there. Towards the finish where that oak is, you are getting a lot of the whiskey specifically, which I'm good with. I mean, it's been aged in whiskey barrels. I should taste that, So like I'm okay with it. Excuse me, maybe I'm used to it now. That warming sensation has gone away. Never got it on the palate, which I'll take some heat in the chest, but I don't want too much, when I'm tasting it. So that's a good thing about this beer. If I remember correctly, easy to get this beer when it came out. Ballast Point, their price point can be, different than other breweries. But I remember it being, pretty easy to get a 4-pack of it. As I'm not remembering the cost, I can't say like, am I glad I bought a 4-pack and aged some cost wise, but like in terms of just aging this beer that has coffee in it for 3 years, I'm fine with it, and the High West of 5, the Lagunitas one, I thought was really special. And then actually I have the Willetize right somewhere up there. It's behind, but anyway, I think it's behind something else. But anyway, then these guys got the contract or whatever to use those barrels, is my understanding, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's not as good as that Lagunitas beer was. And I think that I still have some residual resentment about that. But nothing bad about this beer. Like usual, for me, some more vanilla would have been really nice in this beer. And again, that aroma is something special. But yeah, the beer itself is fine. Like I hope I'm not underselling it, but I'm also trying to make sure people understand like this is not for the style also like world class, but for how easy it was to buy, there's something to be said about that. Yeah, a lot of chocolate. Yeah, wow. And that coffee's helping. I will say this, starting to get a little bit of bell pepper on the taste that obviously I didn't get in the aroma and hadn't been getting. It's very quick. To me, it's the most slight distraction that could possibly exist that you're registering it. So it's very minimal, is another way of saying that. But I'm glad I aged it. I'm kind of glad I have another bottle to see what that does. And maybe I'll do the 2017 some point in the relatively near future. But anyway, have you had this beer before? Have you had it aged before? What do you think about aging beers with coffee? Some good stories, some bad stories, anything, everything. Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.